for joining us today with the Education UnPacked podcast, where we're unpacking the realities of today's public schools. My name is Micki O'Neil. I am the Chief Communications Officer at Ingham ISD. And today we have a couple of guests that are going to talk to us about some of our student programming. Could you please introduce yourself, Monique and Jamie?
Thank you, Micki. Yes, I'm Monique Colizzie, one of the career readiness and work-based learning coordinators with Wilson Talent Center.
And I'm Jamie George, the other work-based learning coordinator with Wilson Talent Center.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for joining us today. We'd love to learn a little bit about student experiences in the workplace that are attending the Wilson Talent Center. So, could you share a little bit about what the categories are around work based learning and what that kind of looks like for the student experience?
Yeah, so with our work-based learning falls into four categories. We have career awareness, career exploration, career preparation, and career training. Under our career awareness, that would be our career fairs and our field trips our students at Wilson Talent Center take. Our exploration would be our job shadows and any type of interviews that students have with business partners. Our career preparation are projects that they may do within the Wilson Talent Center and mentorships. And then our career training is our paid and unpaid work experience that students can complete.
Okay, wonderful. Well, can you share a little bit about how you prepare students for this kind of journey to work, to look in the work world or work with businesses and how you prepare them for that?
Absolutely. So we've got actually a lot going on at Wilson Talent Center this year, Micki. Some things that we're trying out new. So I'll start off with
Yeah, I heard about some of
our
those things.
Boss Mode boot camp that we're
Mhm.
hosting twice a month. We're getting industry partners to come in and really just focus on the aspects that employers are looking for in this next generation. More so, the challenges they're facing, then we put the positive spin on it and teach what employers are looking for, think this generation is lacking, and putting it into half-hour sessions. So we've gotten some phenomenal speakers to come in and help prep the kids. For example, we've done positive first impressions, how to take initiative and be dependable, the interview process, a little bit on the applicant tracking system, writing their own story. We've got some individuals coming in to teach or facilitate on professionalism and leadership. So I think these are beneficial. The students are looking forward to it. They're engaged, and it's really, again, just one little extra thing we're doing to help them in that process.
I think that's fantastic. And when you think about, juniors and seniors in high school, which is who we're talking about here, right? They don't have all of those true professional type of experiences to better understand what it is to become a great employee, right? So having businesses come in and help with that, I think is a phenomenal thing. So how are students responding? What do they feel like they still need to know after they go through like your boss boot camp? Are there other things that you teach them outside of that? So maybe that's something more you could share.
Sure.
Yeah, so all of our students will go through either mock job fair or mock interviews. So we're teaching them about writing a professional cover letter. We're working with them to make sure that their resume is the best and most up to date it can be, along with some interviewing questions. And so we kind of give resources to all of our instructors and our instructional assistants. So, and then we go into the classrooms as well to help them with that.
That's fantastic. And do you get when you do the mock job fairs, do you get other people to assist with that? Do you have like businesses come in and help with that as well?
Yeah, so we had about 22 industry partners come in
Wow, that's
for our
fabulous.
first one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. So, and we're always looking for volunteers. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can only imagine. So, about how many students run through these type of work-based learning programs a year? I mean, I know you have like 900 kids or 850 kids at the
Nine
talent center.
9:30, I think, was the last
Wow.
I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got, students, as Jamie mentioned, that umbrella of work-based learning. We've got students going out competitions and projects and interviews and job shadows and the whole gamut. But as
That
of
big
late,
umbrella you talked about,
the
those
big
4
umbrella.
categories, all students hit one of those 4
Yeah.
areas.
Yes,
Okay,
if not
great,
multiple.
great, great.
We're really working to improve this year on the number of kids who are participating in the career training, so the paid and unpaid positions. And I think to date, we've got 20 students out working
right now.
since the
Working.
beginning of the school year.
Oh,
So
that's fantastic.
forming a lot of strong partnerships with businesses and getting some new ones on board that have never been part of the program.
Okay, and then at that level, are there mostly seniors or second year students, or does it really depend based on what they're learning?
Most of them are seniors
Most of them are seniors. Okay, okay,
who've got that classroom experience and, being vetted by the instructor saying they're ready to go out. So usually they're at that point when they're a second year student.
okay, okay, wonderful. So, tell me a little bit more about what businesses are kind of looking for from the kids. We'll talk at another podcast about business expectations and what they earn from this, but tell me a little bit, just a little bit to give an idea of the connection between the student and the employer need. So what does the employer need from the kids? Maybe that's a better way to
So
say
I
it.
think the employer across the board, doesn't matter what program the student is coming from, are expecting the students to have a really good base knowledge of the curriculum and what they're learning in class was kind of a seamless process going into the workforce. But I think they're looking for students with all those soft skills. As we've heard plenty of times, you can you can teach these students whatever they need to know when they're on the work in the workplace environment, but coming equipped to be a problem solver, work as part of a team, collaborating,
Yep, showing up.
showing up, taking initiative. So I think those are just important. But with doing the boss mode boot camp and the mock job fair, meeting with students that are in our offices quite frequently, they're really coming in as a well-rounded package to present themselves to the employer in a very marketable way. So, a lot of this falls on them taking the leadership position to maybe seek out an employer, but to have your resume and your cover letter and an application and come dress the part and really, wow the employer.
Oh, that's really important. A lot of times when I talk about working in K-12, people ask me about careers and things like that, and they're always saying, "Well, are kids really ready for that?" I'm like, "Ah, they're ready for a lot more than you think they are." Yeah, and
Yes,
I think that if our expectations maybe are a little bit higher, then they'll rise to the challenge.
definitely.
And I know that you guys see that every single day. You see kids really just knocking it out of the park. So.
And I
Right.
think our advantage, Mickey, is that at a career and tech ed center, the students are really honing in on a
A
niche area,
yeah,
and
specific.
employers are thirsty for our
Right.
kids.
Building the talent pipeline.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, connecting them directly to kids that can do the work that they're needing, and not necessarily waiting for people to be out of high school to do that.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to share today around the student aspects of the work-based learning umbrella? No?
Well, I know we're glad to be in this role, and we're looking forward to lots of exciting things for the rest of the year and years to come.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you for joining us for the Unpacked Podcast and unpacking the realities in today's public schools.